Now, the Battle of Brunanburh was fought in the year 937 by Athelstan, King of England, against an alliance of Viking and Celtic armies. It's said by historians to be the most important battle on British soil prior to 1066. It's preserved the unity of England and led to the birth of the country as we know it today. So that's the easy bit. Now the more difficult question is, where did it take place? Well, the Wirral Archaeology Community Interest Company believe that this important battle may have taken place right here. To explain more and where we're up to, I'm joined by Professor Stephen Harding, who is Director of Wirral Archaeology CIC. A very good morning to you, Steve.
Good morning, Paul. I'm a director, not the director of Wirral.
Okay. A director, absolutely. Before we look at the work of your organisation, tell us a little bit about this battle then.
Indeed, I think you gave a nice summary, actually. It was one of the most important battles, if the most important battle, prior to the Battle of Hastings. It was a huge battle involving a alliance of Anglo-Saxon English forces coming from the south, led by King Athelstan. That's probably the first really big conflict that united Anglo-Saxon forces were fighting together against a northern alliance of Vikings coming over from Ireland and the allies from Scotland and from around the Lake District around there coming down. And most experts believe that the battle took place on Wirral, based mainly on place name evidence. Brunanburh used to be the old name until about the 18th century of Bromborough, and there's other place name evidence as well. But no one's been quite sure, and a lot of theories of where this might have taken place have been put forward in a very scholarly manner. So the debate has been going on. And what's happened is that a few years ago, Wirral Archaeology found a very large number of finds were found in a field in central Wirral. We can't say because we don't want everybody converging on the area. So a large number of finds were made, up to 4,000. And not all of them, of course, only a small percentage came, we believe, from the Viking Age. So this has been of some excitement and might help point towards the battle site, but there's still a long way to go yet, I'm afraid.
Yeah, this perhaps a lot of people don't know about this battle, though, do they? Why is that? You mentioned the Battle of Hastings. Everyone sort of knows about that, and we're taught about that, but not this one.
Yeah, well, this was a battle for Britain, if you like. It was English forces taking on the Vikings and the Scottish allies. King Athelstan, the leader of the English, who was the grandson of King Alfred, he had declared himself as Rex Britannicus, the king of all Britain. So, in a sense, this was a battle of two identities. You know, one trying to preserve the individual states, and one trying to unify the whole of Britain. And although Athelstan was victorious, preserved the English identity, you know, both sides suffered very heavy losses, and I think it was the resistance of the Northern Alliance which stopped Britain becoming one imperial power. So it was a very significant battle for a number of reasons for the whole of Britain, really.
And Wirral Council commissioned a report to review your work and what you've done on this. Who was involved in this, and what was their verdict?
Well, we had three colleagues from Liverpool who very kindly assessed our work, and they were very, very positive. Obviously, there were some recommendations because, you know, Wirral Archaeology is a group of good amateurs, but amateurs none the less. So they came out with some very valuable recommendations indeed, and helped evaluate what the finds were. And it seems that what's been discovered was some sort of settlement site that had been used for almost 2,000 years, and significantly seemed to be a major metalwork or metal recycling plant prior to the Industrial Revolution, as well as items which might relate to the battle. But more research needs to be done. And that's going on at the moment with some of the finds. We're doing what's called isotope analysis, which is a detailed chemical analysis of the finds, looking for evidence of fighters coming from Scotland. And what that would do is it would distinguish the skirmishes and conflicts going on between the Vikings and Saxons, which we know was going on over a long period, from the Battle of Brunanburh. But a long way still to go. We've got to survey surrounding fields from where these finds were found. We haven't yet found the site of the battlefield, but I think we're reasonably confident that in the future we will get there, but still a long way to go yet.
And assuming if this were the case and it did happen here, what would that do for tourism on Wirral, do you think?
Oh, it'd be a great deal. I mean, Wirral's already steeped in strong, Viking traditions, and that's been reinforced by DNA studies and things, which shows that the DNA admixture from all Wirral families contains up to 50% of Scandinavian DNA. That's old families. So there's still that Viking heritage there. But if we can place the battle here as well, that'll be huge for Wirral and Merseyside as a whole. So, but as I said, we're not there yet. So we can't do anything in terms of celebrating that until we're absolutely sure.
And just finally, where can people find out more about your research that you've done so far?
Well, you can go to the Wirral Archaeology website. It's just being revamped. Again, supported by this survey. So if you go to our website, there's also a Facebook page as well. Or you can contact us. Is there a way that people contacting us directly by email, Paul, or what's the best way?
Yeah. If you want to just give the email address, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we can have my email address. It's steve.harding@nottingham.ac.uk.
Brilliant, Steve. Thanks very much for joining me.